This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. I am on an internal microphone, so that is why my voice might sound a little bit different. Plus, I feel like every time of this time of year, I should just say I feel like every couple of weeks, I get some type of a head cold, but that's because of the weather conditions of where I live. And then if I go visit family and stuff, the weather's a lot different. So regardless, please ignore that. It's a bird, it's a plane, or is it Project Bluebeam? As many of you have probably seen this footage already that is supposedly from Spacex Falcon 9 launch, which offered a dramatic show over Los Angeles Friday night. People going crazy. Oh, wow, look at this. Isn't it so cool, people are saying? This is just the beginning. Because if you're somebody who studied Project Bluebeam, and you're somebody who studies NASA, and you know the lies and the deceit of NASA that is NASA, it doesn't take much discernment to see that this was some type of holographic image in the sky. At least in my opinion, it was. Now, I know a lot of people out there who are quote-unquote flat earthers are going crazy over this stuff from what I've read and what I've seen. But it is kind of funny in a sense, right? Because if they're shooting a rocket up, how come the rocket, isn't it supposed to go straight up into the sky, right? Into space? Or is it supposed to fly like an airplane from left to right? Because the thing is just flying across the sky from left to right. And where did it land? Somewhere in the ocean? Did they want to tell anyone that? Let me read a little bit about what this was for those of you who don't know. SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket launched from Vandenberg Air Force Base at 5:27 p.m. It was carrying 10 satellites, they claim, to low Earth orbit. The satellites will be part of a constellation operated by Iridium Communications. All 10 satellites successfully deployed, with the last one deploying about 1 hour and 12 minutes after liftoff. The rocket's first stage was previously used during a mission in June. Officials had warned the launch could be seen across Southern California and beyond, but on the day before the holiday weekend, the streaks of light against the blue sky were something to behold. I mean, look how they talk about this like this is some type of wonderful thing. Ooh, ah. I mean, can you imagine when Project Bluebeam actually comes to pass? Right? Like, we're sitting here going, oh, it's going to wake people up. They're going to be like, whoa, look at this. People who have been talking about this are right, or, oh, something's going on here. No, they're just going to ooh and ah over it, just like most people who recorded this were oohing and ahhing over what it looked like. Okay? And to me, it looked like nothing more than a test run for Project Bluebeam. That's my take on the subject. So many people pulled over their cars to take photos and videos of the site. The Los Angeles Fire Department put out an advisory saying the mysterious lights in the sky was the Vandenberg launch. I mean, and you can see these videos here. You see the smoke, and then you see this big thing. I mean, I've heard people say it looks like a whale. I've heard people say it looks like, all right, I won't say because there's kids watching, but you can look at this thing and it looks so abnormal. To me, this looks like what we can expect to see from Operation Bluebeam, where they, remember, now, Project Bluebeam, I should say, it's not just going to be, these images like they've claimed of Messiah in the sky. There are also going to be images of, UFOs and spacecrafts and things like that. This right here looks completely like what you can expect. A bunch of things that look like this. Obviously, it won't look exactly like this, or then people might get suspicious. But with this type of clear, crisp imagery, flying low in the sky like that, that's what I would expect it to look like. Now, this is SpaceX's 18th launch of the year, they claim. And I mean, people are just posting about it all over the place. I'm not talking about truthers. I'm talking about people out there who think that this is some type of an incredible ordeal, and then you get these, this really weird message from Elon Musk, who is the guy behind SpaceX, saying nuclear alien UFO from North Korea. So he's poking fun at, conspiracy theorists and people out there who are clearly aware of, the deception of NASA, the deception of SpaceX, who are aware of Project Bluebeam, who are aware of what the plans of the New World Order are. So he's, poking fun, saying alien UFO, and then mixing in North Korea with the tension for World War III. I mean, it's unbelievable how obnoxious these people are in our faces. But like I said, they use humor all the time to deflect attention off of this stuff. So take a look at some of these images and just look how crisp they are. And then look at the response from people. Instead of being disturbed, instead of, saying there's something not right about this, people were just amazed. They're like, we're going to go to Mars and we're going to go to Pluto in the future. And we're going to discover new life. And ooh and this thing that's flying from left to right across the sky instead of what it's, you would think it was supposed to go straight up, right? And then just the fact that the people are basking in this thing, like this is going to be the beginning of some amazing, SpaceX is, and we know SpaceX is going to continue to roll out this demonic technology and all this crap, and this, this illusion of they have and NASA has that we go to space and and all this stuff's going on, and let's keep advancing in technology. This is all part of the New World Order's plan, but don't think Project Bluebeam has been dropped, because it hasn't been. I just did a video the other day, right? Is that a coincidence that 2 or 3 days before this, that they released, Pentagon information about UFOs that were picked up by pilots? I mean, some of those stupid, ridiculous footage you could possibly see, and they're like, look at it, that's not normal, that's UFO. Oh, then the Pentagon comes out and continues to give people what they want to hear, which is this fake deception that aliens exist. Well, we know that demons exist, aliens don't. And they're trying to convince you that there's life on other planets and all this stuff. So that comes out, and then days later, they're rolling out this Falcon 9 launch and putting on, deliberately putting on a show, because they could really have run this thing over the ocean somewhere or wherever. They deliberately ran it over Southern California. They wanted people to film it. They wanted people to take pictures. They wanted people to just be like, in such awe of how beautiful it looked, and amazing, because that's what they're going to do with Project Bluebeam. It's going to be a show, right? And like I said, it's all psychological. People aren't going to be afraid of this stuff, just like the Mark of the Beast. Everybody's like, when the Mark of the Beast comes, then everyone's going to wake up because we've been told, and they're going to be afraid. They're not going to want to go to hell. They're going to embrace all this stuff. They are indoctrinated with a system that promotes and, embellishes and loves all of this type of crap. The technology and the advancement. They're told that, it's an advancement, we're the smartest race. And I mean, like, we couldn't be a dumber society as a whole. This is the dumbest time period to be alive with the dumbest human beings, because of the mind control, because of the psychological operation that is being done to everyone. And remember, when I talk about this stuff, all you have to do is read the countless articles that they push out there on these topics. You're not just looking for the same narrative as far as, they're pushing the gay agenda, they're pushing this agenda. Look at the theme and look at the way that it's being expressed, right? You look at some of these articles, wow, talk about some Friday Night Lights, SpaceX Falcon rocket lit up the evening sky over Southern California last night. Oh, it was so beautiful. I mean, this is, space.com. And then they get comments from people caught off guard and had no idea what was happening at first. Must say, it was one of the coolest moments of my life. I mean, this is the mindset people are going to have when they roll out Project Bluebeam. And don't think that they're not going to. Okay? Because this has been a plan for a long time that the CIA's been working on. And it was never a matter of when would the technology be ready for them to do it. Because the technology has been ready. It's always been a question of, when will the masses be dumb enough into accepting it? When will the masses look at this, instead of being fearful and afraid, think that it's cool and awesome? And now is that time period. People look at this stuff, they're not afraid of anything anymore, because they're completely protected by their government. You can't even push somebody or you go to jail for 10 years. Okay? But, you can't even say anything or it's hate speech. So everybody's protected. They're not afraid of stuff like this. They feel protected by their government. And when they see stuff like this, they've been indoctrinated through movies that, with aliens and things like that. The theme in a lot of the alien movies is what? Like, can we get along? Can we coexist? Or, don't be afraid of the unknown, and all this kind of crap. And then to see this type of imagery, this type of holographic imagery in the sky, think about all the stuff they've indoctrinated people with over time, with fireworks, with laser shows in the sky, right? We know they've had the technology, but when people see those types of things, it's an ooh and ah experience for them. So just imagine what this is going to be like when it goes down. And if people don't feel threatened by it, they're going to embrace it. They're going to think it's cool. They're going to be tweeting it, right? Instead of running and going, oh my gosh, there's a problem. all these people, are going to be photographing it, taking pictures in front of it, tweeting it, putting it on Instagram, putting it on Facebook. That's how this is all going to go down. And you could just go through all these articles. There's millions of people who posted about it. There's, all of the people in Southern California, for the most part, took photos of it on their phone, uploaded it all over the place. And all of these mainstream outlets have picked up on it, and they're pushing it out in a positive narrative. Nobody's going, is this safe? Is this even a real rocket? Where are the people who are examining this asking if it's actually a real rocket? Right? They don't have anybody questioning it. They're just going, ooh and ah. They're not going, this looks like a hologram. They're not going, this looks fake. This looks like they're projecting something into the sky. They're just going, how cool, a rocket launch right across Southern California. That's scary to me that people are thinking on that level, that they're embracing stuff like this. Because think about how much more deception is to come and how people are going to eat this stuff up because it looks cool. Because it's a good photo op for them, right, to post on their Facebook account. Because that's the mindset that people have. So when Blue Beam comes down, and, like I said, they've had the technology to do it, it's just been a matter of when is the right time to roll it out where everybody will be on board and accept it. And now is the time, because look how stupid of a society we live in, where everything's a photo op for them. Nothing is, this could be something bad for us. Oh, the government would do something to hurt us. No, they don't believe any of that. They think that we're all crazy people living in our parents' basements and that we have nothing better to do with our time, and all we're trying to do is warn them. So this is the thing that occurred last night, this SpaceX rocket launch, which people are just, drooling over like it's some wonderful thing. You don't hear too many people questioning if it's a hologram or not, if it's even real, because they just come out and they go, no, it's a SpaceX rocket launch, and everybody goes, oh, okay. Nobody goes, where did it land? Where did it, what other stuff? How come it, why was it looking like that? Why was it so clear? Why, to me, it boggles my mind, but at the same time, it doesn't, because I know what a stupid society we live in nowadays. So if you haven't seen it, you can check out video of it. I just put some photographs of it in here. But just more of the same. Be prepared, because at some time Project Bluebeam is going to be rolled out. I thank you for listening to today's show, and I personally think that this was just another test for it. Again, I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.